network. Just wanted to go back to your initial comments on the revision of the patent law. And you were suggesting that this would be a negative for Japan because companies won't be offering stock options. What's holding them back from doing that? And maybe related to that, is it because of a lack of labour mobility within Japan? And therefore, what would your advice be to researchers working on groundbreaking technology here? Would it be leave and go and working in a better environment where they're going to get the compensation that they deserve?
In Japan? I think in Japan, all the companies same, and basically, stock option, and if current Japanese government changes the Japanese patent law, and it becomes all the days of the Japanese company, so there's no compensation. So in that case, I think I recommend all of Japanese employees to go abroad. That's the best way, because Taiwan is almost the same as the US American style. A lot of venture startup company and also venture capitalists here, and stock option. All company can give the stock option to employees. I think like Hong Kong, Taiwan, America, all the employees should go to abroad. It's good for the Japanese company globalization, because globalization is the biggest issue of all of Japanese companies.
Okay. Further questions? Okay.
Jessica Kozuka in freelance. This morning I asked my crowd of friends on Facebook what I should ask you at the press conference today. So I'm afraid I have kind of a personal question to ask. If that's okay.
No, personal, I don't know. Personal question.
Well, I'll ask and you can answer if you feel like it. If not, that's fine as well. So several people commented on your change of citizenship, and some of them seem to feel that this was an expression that you had kind of lost confidence or given up on Japan and the Japanese scientific community. And in your last comment, you also talked about sort of encouraging Japanese workers to go overseas as well. So I'm wondering if you could comment on your change of citizenship and how you feel that relates to your sense of yourself as a Japanese and the Japanese scientific community.
Oh yeah. The reason is I became a professor of the University of California, and so at the University of California, most important job for professor is fundraising. So fundraising is the most important thing for the professor. But the U.S. government. I think how much? Almost 50% of funding comes from the U.S. government. U.S. government means the military and the Navy and the DARPA, those things, So those the military, the army, and the Navy thing, military things funding. Professor need a U.S. citizenship. If I don't have U.S., I can't get any funding from those military, DARPA, those things. And I can't also do any research for those things. So that's the biggest problem for professor. I can't get funding. Of course, I can get some funding from the industries by collaboration, but in the United States, the military funding or the Air Force, DARPA, Navy, those funding is very important for us. Major funding. So that's the reason I get the U.S. to get the funding from the U.S. government.
So purely a commercial decision.
Yes, you're right. Commercial decision, yes.
Can we come back here? I think Gerhard, is that here? I know you're not a journalist, but you've written books, so we'll consider that close.
Congratulations to the Nobel Prize. I have the following question. When you quit to go to US, one of the directors of the German Max Planck Institute asked me, what does Japan think that their best researcher leaves Japan? And so I said, I don't know, I will ask them. So I asked one guy, I did have this Sakigake project and stuff, so I knew people quite high in Mombusho. And so I asked him, what do you think that Shuji Nakamura left to US. And his answer was something like, oh, we didn't have a beer for a long time and so on, and they had a beer, and I don't think he had heard about it at all, so he didn't care at all. And then I asked one of my friends at Tokyo University what they think at Tokyo University, why didn't they offer you a job, you know? And their answer was, yes, we discussed it at the faculty meeting, but we decided we wanted to have somebody more ordinary. We don't want to have somebody so exceptional, you know? And so my question to you is, you asked, yesterday you met the Minister of Education, and I saw pictures that on the Culture Day you met Prime Minister Abe, and did you discuss with them? And did, for example, Abe, did he say, oh, I'm so happy you left Japan because you don't fit into our society? or did he say, oh, I'm so sad that you're so good and you left and please come back? Or did he address this at all? Or is he happy or unhappy that you are not working in Japan?
No,
that's my question.
No, we didn't talk about those things at all. Just we greeted together. That is mainly greeted. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, education we talk about that also. He is now changed all of Japanese education system. So he said current Japanese education system contains almost 100 years, no change 100 years. So this time he made the decision, I have to change this bad education system. So always I say, so referring my, always I say the Japanese entrance exam system is very bad. Especially all of, high school students, junior high school students, elementary school students, their education target is to enter the famous university, like University of Tokyo, University of Kyoto. That is the final goal for our Japanese education system. Just so to enter the famous university, just they go to class. That is the Japanese education system. But so always to remove all of the entrance exam, everybody can go to any university. That's the best way. Basically he argues those things. So.
You know that the education minister has a handicapped son who studies in England. And the education minister said in Japan, my son could not study. Because only England gives his son the chance as a handicapped person to study, whereas in Japan, the son of the education minister cannot study.
Wow. It's very bad, And Japan has a lot of problem, for the system.
Okay, other questions? Right here.
For inspiring young scientists, physicists, what universities, Japanese or non-Japanese, would you recommend? What type of path? For a young scientist who wants to be very good at what he does or she does, which university and what kind of path would you recommend?
In Japan?
Outside Japan?
No, outside Japan is mostly much better. No question. I think for me the American university is the best because American university is all foreign students, all kind of foreign students that come to all over the world, and so in the American style they can learn a lot of things, all of cultures from all over the world, and also education system is very good in the United States, and I think I recommend all of young scientists to go to America, for especially American university, and in that case they can learn English and all kind of cultures, and also most important thing is if all in Japanese people stay in Japan forever, and what's that? They don't go outside of Japan. So always think, Japan is the best country in the field of science, culture, everything. Japan is the best because Japanese government it's like what's that? Mind control, some kind of Yeah, that is not all countries the same thing. Like North Korea, North Korean people think North Korea is the best country in the world. Yeah, America is the same. American government try to do the same thing, but the problem is American people go to everywhere. So it's difficult for U.S. government control the mind control. So, but Japan is a small island. It's easy. Japanese government to control everything, mind control. So most importantly, go abroad and they can see the Japan from outside of the country, and they understand, oh, the mind control happening. Now I can understand bad thing of Japanese thing. So that's the most important, no? Japanese people have to wake up, about the Japanese bad thing, So I think that's very important. So I think all young scientists go to abroad for at least 5 years. 5 years.